Tucker Carlson interviewing Sam Altman. Now, are you either of you ladies familiar with Sam Altman?
Not that I can recall, but maybe if I see his face,
I feel like I know his face. There's a famous Sam guy in that sphere.
Have you ever used ChatGPT before?
Yes.
Well, he is the CEO of OpenAI. Which runs ChatGPT. Here,
okay.
Right?
And yes, I do know who that is.
So here he is. Right here is the CEO of OpenAI. He's a dude, right? Now, there's a lot of controversy around him. And specifically, there was a guy who was killed, who was an OpenAI researcher. Well, I say killed, who died. His last name was Balaji. Okay. And Balaji had been very vocal about concerns regarding copyright violations in AI training and had been named as a potential witness in a lawsuit against OpenAI and Microsoft. And then he died all of a sudden, right?
Oh.
His death attracted significant public attention and led to calls for further investigations from his family and others.
That tab's supposed to be showing right now?
No.
Okay.
We'll get to that in a second. Some of Balaji's family members, especially his mother, believe foul play is involved, and they raise concern, including the fact that the apartment had been ransacked. There had been possible signs of struggle in the bathroom and bloodstains in places that raise questions. Documents and devices belonging to him are reportedly missing. And the other thing is that the angle of the gunshot or other forensic details that his family argues did not align with a self-inflicted wound. Okay. So with that said, there's a lot of suspicious things about this guy's death. Okay. So Tucker Carlson is sitting across from him and he asks him about it. Now there's a 7-minute long video, but it's really intriguing to watch and to see how he reacts to this whole situation. So let's check it out.
So you had complaints from one programmer who said you guys are basically stealing people's stuff and not paying them, and then he wound up murdered. What was that?
Also a great tragedy. He committed suicide.
Do you think he committed suicide?
I really do.
Have you looked?
This was like a friend of mine. This is like a guy that, and not a close friend, but this is someone that worked at OpenAI for a very long time. I was really shaken by this tragedy. I spent a lot of time trying to read everything I could, as I'm sure you and others did too, about what happened. It looks like a suicide to me.
Why does it look like a suicide?
It was a gun he had purchased. It was this is like gruesome to talk about, but I read the whole medical record. Does it not look like one to you?
No, he was definitely murdered, I think.
I love how he jumps right into it. He's like, so what's up with that? And then he was murdered.
I like how this is very gruesome to think. That's fine. Go on.
He's like,
go on.
He's like, I'm fine talking about it if you are. And so, and I like that Carlson's just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he was murdered here. Let's continue.
There were signs of a struggle, of course. The surveillance camera, the wires had been cut. He had just ordered takeout food, come back from a vacation with his friends on Catalina Island. No indication at all that he was suicidal, no note, and no behavior. He had just spoken to a family member on the phone, and then he's found dead with blood in multiple rooms. So that's impossible. Seems really obvious he was murdered. Have you talked to the authorities about it?
I have not talked to the authorities about it.
And his mother claims he was murdered on your orders.
Do you believe that?
I'm asking.
I mean, you just said it. So do you believe that?
I think that it is worth looking into. And if a guy comes out and accuses your company of committing crimes, I have no idea if that's true or not, of course, and then is found killed and there are signs of a struggle, I don't think it's worth dismissing it. I don't think we should say, well, he killed himself when there's no evidence that the guy was depressed at all.
I love how direct Carlson is here. I mean, it's truly spectacular. And
I'm kind of surprised that the guy agreed to do an interview with Tucker Carlson. Like, how he is, that he's going to get right to the point. Yeah. And then, like, him just hitting him back with, well, what do you think? Like, well, I'm asking you, I'm telling you what I think, pretty much, Tucker.
Yeah. it's amazing to see, and kind of the back and forth that's happening here is like, and Carlson is so calm as he directs. It's he knows that if you confront somebody about this, not even confront, just simply ask, because that's all he's doing. He's not saying you did it. He's just saying there's been suggestions here. His mother thinks you did this, right? And the response here, well, I mean, what do you think? You just said it. It's like, well, just because I said it doesn't mean that I think it, right? We'll continue here because it gets even better.
I think, and if he was your friend, I would think you would want to speak to his mom, or.
I did offer. She didn't want to.
So, do you feel that, when people look at that and they're like, it's possible that happened, do you feel that that reflects the worries they have about what's happening here? Like, people are afraid that this is like...
I've done too many interviews where I've been accused of like...
Oh, I'm not accusing you at all. I'm just saying his mother says that. I don't think a fair read of the evidence suggests suicide at all. I just don't see that at all. And I also don't understand why the authorities, when there's signs of a struggle and blood in 2 rooms on a suicide, like, how does that actually happen? I don't understand how the authorities could just kind of dismiss that as a suicide. I think it's weird.
That look, he's like,
that thumbnail.
It's weird.
Right there.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's weird. He's just like,
weird.
And what say you there, guy who may have offed your friend?
You understand how this sounds like an accusation?
Of course. And I certainly, let me just be clear once again, not accusing you of any wrongdoing, but I think it's worth finding out what happened. And I don't understand why the city of San Francisco has refused to investigate it beyond just calling it a suicide.
I mean, I think they looked into it a couple of times, more than once, as I understand it. I saw and I will totally say, when I first heard about this, it sounded very suspicious to me.
Yes.
And I know you have been involved in...
Well, his mother
Why is he
asked out
trying
for the
to turn
case.
into Stephen Hawking with his voice?
He did start getting pretty raspy there, didn't he?
I don't know anything about it. It's not my world.
She just reached out cold?
She reached out cold.
Wow.
And I spoke to her at great length, and it scared the crap out of me. The kid was clearly killed by somebody. That was my conclusion, objectively, with no skin in the game.
And you, after reading the latest report?
Yes.
Like, look,
I immediately called a member of Congress from California, Ro Khanna, and said, this is crazy. You got to look into this. And nothing ever happened. And I'm like, what is that?
Again, I think this is, I feel strange and sad debating this and having to defend myself seems totally crazy. And you are a little bit accusing me, but
very defensive. Like
very. And he keeps looking down, which when people do that, when they're having a serious conversation, I don't know. It's a little sketchy.
Super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Or lying or something.
Body language expert. Should I be, next time I'm talking to you, should I be looking up like this the entire time?
Well, no, because then I might think that you had too much Tylenol. Okay.
Or my mom did.
Yeah.
This was like a wonderful person and a family that is clearly struggling.
Yes.
And I think you can totally take the point that you're just trying to get to the truth of what happened. And I respect that. But I think his memory and his family deserve to be treated with a level of respect and grief.
That's
that
why
I don't
you want to find out the truth. For the respect.
That's right.
Exactly. And that's what I mean. Like, there's nothing wrong with like maybe looking down here and there, but like he was just looking down like this while saying something that was supposed to be deep and impactful. He couldn't look him in the eyes and say it because he knows it was total bull.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. C.I. Goss says Tucker is insinuating he killed the guy. I haven't heard him say once that he's just saying, hey, don't you think this is weird? And his mom thinks that you killed him. Don't you think that's weird? That's pretty much all that I see out of this. And
that's
like,
what he's saying, yeah.
Right. And he's going, well, no, I didn't kill him.
Are you accusing me?
Right.
Feel here.
I'm asking at the behest of his family. So I'm definitely showing them respect. And I'm not accusing you of any involvement in this at all. What I am saying is that the evidence does not suggest suicide, and for the authorities in your city to elide past that and ignore the evidence that any reasonable person would say adds up to a murder, I think is very weird, and it shakes the faith that one has in our system's ability to respond to the facts.
So what I was going to say is, after the first set of information that came out, I was really like, man, this doesn't look like a suicide. I'm confused. This
Okay,
looks like...
okay, so I'm not being crazy here.
Well, but then after...
So, like, I think that's the most amazing thing is he's like, no. When it first came out, I got it. And so Tucker's like, hey, I'm with you. Like, hey, here we are. We got common ground here, which is for him to start the interview being like, well, I just don't understand. When he clearly very much understands based off his own words. It's the gaslighting here is amazing.
After the second thing came out and the more detail, I was like, oh, okay.
What changed your mind?
The second report on the way the bullet entered him and the sort of person who had like followed the sort of likely path of things through the room. I assume you looked at this too.
Yes, I did.
And what about that didn't change your mind?
It just didn't make any sense to me. Why would the security camera wires be cut? And how did he wind up bleeding in 2 rooms after shooting himself? And why was there a wig in the room that wasn't his? And has there ever been a suicide where there was no indication at all that the person was suicidal who just ordered takeout food? I mean, who orders DoorDash and then shoots himself? I mean, maybe. I've covered a lot of crimes as a police reporter. I've never heard of anything like that. So no, I was even more confused.
This is where it gets into, I think, a little bit painful, just not the level of respect I'd hope to show to someone with this kind of mental illness.
I totally get it. It's
people
just
do
his
commit
family
suicide without notes a lot. Like that happens.
For sure.
People definitely order.
Like he's going out of his way to be like, no, it's definitely a suicide. Don't you get it, dummy?
Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth?
Yeah, seriously. He's just trying to like dance around it. Like, yeah, but I'm just trying to pay respect by not looking into it. Like, that's kind of what he's saying.
Yeah, suspicious.
Yeah, very much so.
Don't you think that if he truly was your friend and this guy was so important, you have so much respect, wouldn't you want to find the final solution, find out what actually happened, you know? And the fact that he said, well, no, the police didn't reach out to me about this. Well, if you were so close to him, that makes 0 sense. They should have reached out to you, because if you were so close, if he was an employee, like if somebody dies that works for you, that is so prevalent. And by the way, is also going to testify against your company. If they didn't reach out to you, then they're not doing their job.
Yeah, exactly. They probably did, or maybe they got a payoff. Who knows? Allegedly. I don't know. It just sounds like something fishy absolutely is going on here. And what he said in the beginning when he's like, well, he was my friend. Well, and then he kind of backtracks a little bit there. And was like, well, he was a worker. Like he tried to make it seem like they weren't. Like he said, like we were close, kind of. Then, well, like not that close, pretty much, is what he said in the beginning of this interview.
Tanuki Turtle, it was murder. The gun did it. That's right. That's amazing. Here we go. Let's finish this up.
Food they like before they commit suicide. Like this is an incredible tragedy, and
that's his family's view, and they think it was a murder, and that's why I'm asking the question.
If I were his family, I am sure I would want answers, and I'm sure I would not be satisfied with really any. I mean, there's nothing that would comfort me in that, you know?
Right.
Like, so I get it.
Blabs, can we please clip this? Just this right here.
Comfort me in that, you know?
Right.
Like.
Right.
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 He's like, you lying piece. You can
Yeah.
see it in his eyes. He's like, yeah, you are so full of it.
His face here is just so like, God, you're just a lying piece of shit. It's really pretty outstanding. Anyways, I saw that and I had to share it because it is like, this is honestly, it's very good of him to ask these questions. If you have someone who is accused of a situation like this and you don't ask them, then you're not doing your job. And think what you want about Tucker Carlson, but this is a very good use of journalism here. Now,
I like him.
Is anything going to come of this? Probably not. But pretty good stuff right there.
I'm surprised him and his team must not know who Tucker Carlson is, because why would he do this interview? I'm not talking to the cops, but I'll talk to Tucker Carlson. You'd be better off talking to the cops, dude. I mean,
yeah. Blabs, would you date that guy?
The fuck? Why?
Is that a new segment that I missed? Would you date that guy?
Would you date Sam Altman?
Would you?
Would you? No.
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 Oh,
No.
okay. Hey, YouTube suggested that you should watch this video too, so you should probably do it.